Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the KUANversations Podcast, where students like us talk about real world issues in a way that's fresh and relatable. I'm Venice, your host for today.
And I am Zuri, your co-host. Today we're diving into something super important. Sustainable Development Goal number 4, quality education.
So, what exactly is SDG 4? It's all about ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education, and as well as promoting lifelong learning opportunities for all.
And why is this goal so important? Because education is the key to breaking the cycle of poverty and empowering individuals, families, and entire communities.
But here's the real world connection. Millions of children and young people around the world still don't have access to basic education. Inequalities are everywhere, whether it is in resources, teachers, or even internet access.
That's why this discussion matters. So let's get into it. Joining us today are Miss Kate Gelbolingo, Miss Mitch Sonan, and Miss Eihra Nuenay. Hi, ladies!
Let's jump right in with our first question. What are the key challenges related to achieving SDG 4? Miss Kate, let's start with you.
Thank you, Venice. As a teacher in a rural community, one major challenge I see is a lack of proper training and teaching materials. We often find ourselves doing our best with very limited resources without access to professional development opportunities. It's really hard to deliver quality education. We're constantly trying to adapt, especially when it comes to new learning methods like digital teaching. But this shift is a steep curve for many teachers, particularly in rural communities, where the support and infrastructure are just not there.
That really paints a vivid picture, Miss Kate. It's tough when teachers are expected to give their all but aren't given the tools they need. Thank you for sharing. Miss Mitch, how about from your perspective?
From a community leader's perspective, I'd say one of the hardest challenges is accessibility. Many of our children walk miles just to reach school, and when we look at distance learning, it's a whole new hurdle. With slow internet connections or no internet at all in some areas, the digital divide becomes even more glaring. But the challenges doesn't stop here. We also face inadequate infrastructure. Some schools don't have proper roofs, functional chairs, or even electricity. These physical barriers make it even harder for students to learn, let alone thrive.
That must be heartbreaking to witness. Accessibility really is a major issue that often gets overlooked. Thank you, Miss Mitch. Miss Eihra, what's your experience?
Well, as a student, I've experienced overcrowded classrooms firsthand. Imagine being one of the 60 students trying to learn from just one teacher. It can be overwhelming. Not only is it hard to concentrate, but it's nearly impossible for teachers to give individual attention. And it's not just the classroom size that's the issue. During exams, we don't even have proper desks, which only adds up to the stress of the situation. It's tough for both students and the teachers when these basic resources aren't even available.
Wow, that's definitely something we can all imagine, and not in a good way. It's a challenge for both teachers and students alike. Thank you for being honest, Miss Eihra.
Now, let's focus on hope. Miss Kate, can you share an example of an organization or community making a difference?
Absolutely. One inspiring example comes from the Philippines, the Alternative Learning System. This program focuses on helping out-of-school youth and adults learn at each of their own pace. It's designed to cater to the individual needs, which makes it highly effective. Another great initiative is the partnership between NGOs and schools. They offer workshops for teachers, ensuring we stay updated on modern educational practices. These programs really make a difference where it matters the most.
That's inspiring. It's great to hear about programs that really make an impact where it matters. Miss Mitch, any examples from your side?
Yes, definitely. One such initiative is Gawad Kalinga, which doesn't just build homes. They also invest in education by creating community learning centers in underserved areas. These centers serve as safe spaces for children to focus on their studies. Additionally, local businesses often partner with schools to provide learning tools, which encourages a sense of communal responsibility. It's amazing how much can be achieved when the whole community comes together to support education.
That's amazing! It shows how interconnected housing and education can be. Miss Eihra, what can you share?
One thing I'm really grateful for is the Department of Education's efforts to integrate blended learning, especially during the pandemic. It wasn't a perfect system, but it allowed many students to continue their education despite limitations. There were clear challenges with access, but it showed resilience and adaptability. Now, many schools are adopting hybrid learning models, which offer greater flexibility for students. Combining face-to-face and online learning, it's a step forward in the right direction.
That's a great reminder that education adapts. It's all about finding solutions in tough times.
Let's talk about policies and innovations. Miss Kate?
The K-12 program itself is an innovation that prepares students for employment or further studies. I've also seen innovations like mobile classrooms and travel to remote areas. These classrooms bring education directly to communities that don't have easy access to schools.
K to 12 has definitely changed a lot for us students. Miss Mitch?
Public-private partnerships have been a game changer in some areas. For example, in certain communities, these partnerships have provided free learning gadgets and Wi-Fi connections to students, bridging the digital divide. These initiatives are making a huge difference in ensuring that students in underserved areas have the tools they need for online learning. Technology really can be a game changer when used effectively.
That's wonderful! Technology really can be a game changer. Miss Eihra, any thoughts?
There are scholarship programs and teachers upskilling initiatives that are helping improve the quality of education. Scholarships ease financial burdens, especially for low-income families, while upskilling gives teachers the confidence to teach effectively.
Those programs are definitely helping pave the way for more inclusive learnings.
And how does SDG 4 connect with other goals, Miss Eihra?
SDG 4 is closely tied to other SDGs like SDG 1 no poverty and SDG 5 gender equality. Education plays a vital role in breaking the cycle of poverty, and quality education helps uplift entire families. When women receive education, they're more likely to join the workforce and contribute to economic growth, breaking traditional gender roles and stereotypes. So, achieving SDG 4 isn't just about education, it's about creating opportunities for everyone.
Education really is the core of everything. Thank you for that perspective.
What about contributions from students or schools, Miss Kate?
We can volunteer for literacy programs or peer tutoring. I've also seen schools organize reading clubs where students help their younger peers improve their literacy skills.
Absolutely, small efforts do add up.
Promote education awareness on social media and encourage community drives. For example, crowdfunding for school supplies has become a trend, and it works.
Social media is a powerful tool. It can help reach so many people and spread awareness quickly.
Even small acts like donating books or old gadgets can make a big difference. We can also organize recycling drives to raise funds for educational projects. It's about being resourceful and making use of what we have to support education. Every little bit helps.
Yes, it's all about resourceful and caring. Every effort, no matter how small, contributes to the bigger goal. So, what have we learned today? Quality education is not just about textbooks and classrooms. It's about opportunities, growth, and creating a better future for all.
Absolutely. To world leaders out there, prioritize education funding, equip teachers with the tools they need, and ensure that every child, no matter where they are, has access to learning.
And to our fellow students, here's our challenge for you. Support educational causes in your own way. Volunteer, speak up about education issues on social media. Donate what you can and inspire others to value education.
Before we go, here are some simple but impactful tips. Be curious, keep learning beyond the classroom, share your knowledge with others, and never stop asking questions.
That is all for today's episode. Thank you so much to our wonderful guests and to all our listeners. Stay inspired and keep making a difference.
Until next time on the KUANversations Podcast.